Well, Happy New Year, everyone. I'm Sarah Macias with Real News Communications Network, and here with me is Dr. Johnson with Johnson Medical Associates, and we're kicking off the new year by talking about tackling your chronic illnesses. And today we're going to say this segment is part one, so we're focusing on allergies and the immune system. Can you tell us what we need to know about this?
Yes. As the new year approaches or is here, we're all looking at how to be healthier. And so some of the hidden things that happened to us is not really relevant or that on a daily basis, but allergy does cause chronic conditions. So we can have allergies to pollens, allergies to mold, allergies to food, and we may not realize it, but they do add up over a period of time and then can cause chronic illnesses. So you get food causing not only allergic reactions, which is itchy eyes, runny nose, congestion, but it can cause hives. It can cause chronic fatigue. It can cause gastrointestinal problems where you get indigestion, reflux from allergic type reactions to food, as well as diarrhea. And of course, the most common thing that people have is gluten intolerance or gluten sensitivity, which is not true celiac disease, but it causes inflammation in the gut, which is a type of allergic reaction that causes abdominal pain, bloating, constipation, and in the severe form like celiac disease, then you get diarrhea.
Okay. And as far as like allergies, what if somebody says, well, I get spring allergies, so it's coming up. What are ways that maybe they can prevent it from going too far?
The allergy aspect usually is seasonal, as you just talked about. So in the spring, you get trees and you get grasses. In the fall, you get weeds and some trees. Mold is year-round. And then here in Texas, we have the unusual mountain cedar, which is a juniper type of bush that produces pollen, and so you get mountain cedar allergies in December, January, and February. So if you see you're getting sick a certain time of year on a repeated basis, it may be that you're allergic, and you need to find out about that because the allergies affect your immune system, your mucous membranes in your nose and throat. Flare it up, and then you don't fight infections as well, so you're more prone then to sinusitis, even getting the flu.
Okay. And what can they do to tackle it maybe while it's happening?
Well, while it's happening, you first have to recognize that it's an allergy situation. If it is, then you can take antihistamines. You can use nasal irrigation morning and night to help wash your sinuses out. Just as you wash your body, you cleanse it from what you're exposed to. If it's bad and that's not working, then you need to see a physician who can treat you with stronger allergy medicine, or if it occurs year after year, then you need to be on allergy immunotherapy, where you come into our office, we do skin test on you, get you started on the immunotherapy, which builds up blocking antibodies so that you build up tolerance and resistance to whatever you're sensitive to.
Okay. And I'm glad you brought that up because like you said earlier, it all links to your immune system.
Exactly. Because your immune system recognizes all kinds of things that you're exposed to in the environment. If it's a hyperactive, then it gets into more in the allergic form where you have chronic symptoms from it. If it's just doing its regular job and protecting you, then you're typically healthy.
Okay. And this can affect anyone about the same, like children to elderly, or would you say otherwise?
Yeah, no, it affects everybody. It affects children, young adults, and the elderly. As you grow older, your immune system ages also. And so you may have allergies in your older years like you had when you were younger, when in your 20s, 30s, and 40s, you were healthy and fine. So those things get manifested 1 year later.
That's interesting that you say that because I have seasonal allergies, and there are times where I feel like some years I have it worse than others. So I don't know. It makes
that makes sense. Sometimes we have worse pollen seasons,
right.
and so like ragweed, which occurs in August, September, October, depending upon what type of growing season we had, will depend on how severe the ragweed allergy season actually is.
Moving in different places, how that could also affect your allergies. And
yes, when you're living in the Midwest, we have one type of ragweed, where if you live in the mountain states, you have a western ragweed. There's other ragweeds around the country that may vary a little bit in their species, yet they all have the same type of allergic symptoms.
Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to add or point out before we go?
Well, one of the other issues that you need to pay attention is if you're having chronic problems is where those problems are exacerbated. So say if you feel worse in your house, then there may be something wrong with your house. If you feel worse at work, there may be something that's causing that from the indoor environment in the workplace. If it's a certain store or a certain scented product, a lot of times people have allergic type reactions to plug-ins, to candles, to different flowers that may be brought into the house. We just got through with the Christmas season. A lot of people cannot tolerate a live type tree because they're sensitive to the terpenes from the pine tree and have trouble with that. So just have to be aware, and once you accumulate the data, then you can communicate that with your physician to really help him figure out what may be the problem and how to solve that problem.
Okay. And before we go, would you mind giving us the website and a phone number?
Yes, Johnson Medical Associates at 972-479-0400, and you can contact us by the website. Just look up Johnson Medical Associates, and there's ways to contact us off the website.
All right, perfect. And you guys stay tuned for part 2 that's going to come out in a couple of weeks, and we're going to continue talking about tackling chronic illnesses.